Hi friends, it's me, I'm here, and I'm going to get ready to go have dinner with my friend after I get my first COVID shot, so should be exciting. I'm gonna do like a natural, kind of like a fun cutie pie. It's like starting to feel warm and nice and springy, but like not to the point where I'm gonna do like summer makeup, but just like something cute, you know? Something to make me feel good, but not like I have a ton of makeup on my face, you know? So we're gonna do creams, liquids, you know how we do. I'm gonna try some products that I have not tried yet. Again, and by some I mean one. And yeah, that's what we're up to. So if you're ready to embark on this fun journey of getting ready with Caitlin for a dinner date with her friend with some margaritas, hopefully. And by that I mean I literally texted her and said, I want to get dinner. Do you have any ideas? She said, I don't care. And I said, great, I want margaritas. She said, this or this? And I said, this. So that's what we're doing over here. We're wearing a dress because it's 70 out. Just went on a 2.5 mile walk with Ello and the fam here to get ice cream. He got his own ice cream again. He loves it. And now they're all outside hanging out and I'm sitting in here because I have approximately an hour until I have to leave. So I thought I'm gonna put makeup on, and then I thought I'm gonna film it. 2 birds, 1 stone, you know? And I don't have my daughter, so to be able to film during the day with like real sunlight, rare. So let's get started. So we're gonna start with the Tatcha Liquid Silk Canvas Primer, just because my Hangover RX is empty, and this one seems like it's going empty too. I do have a wedding I need to do, so I'm going to have to buy new stuff. And I have a feeling it's gonna be a big ticket price on that. Just because I'm gonna have to like replenish some of the things I already have, but also get like a ton of colors of everything else, so. But I have to do it like right before the wedding, so in case I need to return something like after, just because, you know, maybe I don't use it, don't need it. I'm not really gonna know till day of because I'm also doing the wedding parties makeup. You know, like could be tricky. All right, next step is obviously Glow Lust Radiant Luminizer and Morganite all over our face. When I was doing like no makeup days, literally this past week, I would take like just a little bit and like squirt it on the high points of my nose and just like tap it in and throw on mascara, and like this product is so good. I know it's out of stock, so I kind of feel bad like talking about how amazing it is all the time, but like it's so good. So if you need like an all over like, moisturizing highlight or like even a foundation mixer, I bet this would be great in foundation, which I'm not wearing today because like but yeah, if you need a radiant, not blurring, but I feel like the way it reflects light off your face, it kind of like makes you feel like you have less texture. It also makes you look like you have less imperfections, like if you have like bumps or anything going on, like texture. It's great. It's a delightful product. I love it. I wear it every single day. If she doesn't restock it soon, I'm gonna run out. That's a really large exaggeration. I feel like I'm probably down to like here based off of what I'm seeing, which is still a decent amount, but I use it every day, so repurchasing that's gonna be a B. And the next product is the Becca Eye Brightening Corrector, which you all know I love, and they featured me on their website, just like Covergirl did for the Trublend Undercover Concealer. They had me at like the bottom of the Trublend section of their website, like featured. And then Becca just did that for their under eye brightener. So I don't know if it's still up there. You might have to scroll a few pictures, but if you go to beccacosmetics.com, scroll all the way to the bottom, or search the under eye brightener, scroll all the way to the bottom, you can see the images of like other social media people on there, and then you can find my face. It's from when I did my Makeup Monday on what was it? The bridal shower look that I did. which came out beautiful, and the photo I took was like really nice. It was just like outside with portrait mode, and it was delightful. So I understand why they use that one. Not to like toot my own horn, but like toot, you know? I'm not saying, I'm just saying. So yeah, if it's on there still, go check it out. Send me it if you see it. Like take a screenshot, send it to me. It'll excite me. Also, speaking of my Makeup Mondays, if you don't follow me on Instagram, you're missing out, because I post there way more consistently than I post here. Like the other day, I filmed a really cool like painting my face look, and I filmed it, but I didn't like finish a complete sentence the entire video. I think I recorded for an hour and never said anything of purpose. So I never edited it or even thought about posting it, but I posted the photos and they're really cool. I also do Makeup Mondays every Monday, like I was mentioning, and those are really fun. So I don't know, if you just want to see me get ready like casually more, I'd head over there. I feel like my YouTube is like much more formal, reviews, you know, like tutorials, but like Makeup Monday is just like watching me put makeup on while I listen to music and sometimes chat and try new stuff, but rarely. Shake this up. I just need product to come out. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I haven't bought a new one of these. Maybe I'll just get one today, because like I need it. It's very important to the success of my face. Covergirl Trublend Undercover. Putting in the spots we need it, just for more coverage, and because there's not a lot of product that I can like wipe on my hand because it's almost empty. If you look here, like right here is a good spot to look. See, I've like scraped the bottle. Just need to get a new one. I just don't want to. And then my classic blending brush method here. Let's see, how am I doing? So if we're being honest, I'm doing awful, which is kind of what I was trying to say in my Tuesday video. The video I recorded on Tuesday. This is many days. This is Saturday, April 24th. That I'm filming this. The video that I recorded on Tuesday was the face painting one, and I was kind of like trying to talk about how I'm doing mentally, and that day was not great, and then the day after that was also not great. And to be honest, no Tuesdays are, because those are the days I go to therapy, and I always feel like a mess after. Like I just feel like I never leave therapy feeling like I've made progress yet. It's always like, oh, there's still so much to do. But mentally, not great. I feel like I am in a pretty aggressive, depressive episode, which you would expect after a breakup, you know, like it's not unusual, but I feel like I haven't experienced an episode like this in a really long time, and I think it's just because my life is kind of like in limbo, and I feel like I've kind of like backtracked a lot in life. And you know, last weekend I hung out with all my friends and like their husbands and boyfriends and families, and it was like, oh, like it finally hit me, like you're alone, and it really broke me a little bit. But what I find extra difficult, and the reason I'm noticing that I'm in like a much worse situation than I have in the past, I mean, I've finally had a therapist look at me and be like, hey, you have depression. And I've been looking at therapists. I use an S because I've gone to 2 different ones prior to this one, and said like, hey, I think I have depression. And I've had people look at me and be like, I think you're fine. And that's because I have high functioning depression. So like when you hear people talk about depression, you're like, oh, they don't get out of bed, they don't shower, they don't eat, they like hole up in their room with the lights off, they don't go to school, they don't go to work, they don't do anything, they just sit. It's like, yeah, some people can do that, and that is some people's depression, but some people, like me, with high functioning depression, do not have the luxury to just, and when I say luxury, I don't mean that in a condescending way. I understand that it is not a luxury to sit in bed and be in a depressive episode, but like, I don't want to get out of bed, I have to. Like, there's no choice. I have to function, I have to go to work, I have to take care of my kid, I have to not cook dinner anymore, but when I lived on my own, cook dinner, I had to clean the house, I have to take care of a puppy. who's sleeping like a beautiful little angel because he walked 2.5 miles and played outside all day. But yeah, it's like, the problem is that a lot of people look at me, and because I do so much and I have to, and I push myself and I force myself into things, and I have all these things that I do, and I like put a lot of pressure on myself to be perfect and get everything done and whatever, they think that I'm fine and that I'm just sad. And the problem is, I'm not fine. I've never been fine. And so to finally have a therapist look at me and be like, hey, you have it. It's just high functioning. Like, you can't lay in bed. You have to get her ready. You have to go to work. You have to bring her to school and pick her up and do dinner and get her ready for bed and give her a bath and let the puppy out every hour and feed him 3 times a day and make sure he's, you know, cleaning up after him and all that. Like, no choice. So the problem is, the reason I think that I am going through such a depressive episode right now, and the thing that I've noticed about myself right now, is that the high functioning section is like starting to dwindle. And that's when it's starting to like be clear to me that there's something extra bad about this one. Like, there would be times when I lived alone that I would sit in my apartment, and the second I put her to sleep, I was exhausted. I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't do anything anymore. Like, yeah, I should clean up. Yeah, I should wash the dishes. I should put toys away. I should do something, but I physically can't do it. So I would sit down and just like for hours until I went to bed. And that was it. That was all I did. And, you know, that does obviously worry me about moving out on my own again, but I don't have a choice. But right now, like, I don't have to cook dinner, which is nice, but I have this, like, not obligation, because, like, obviously I'm in a super fortunate and supportive situation right now, but it's like, you have to be present, because, like, I'm not trying to leave my kid with somebody else and just be like, deal with her, I'm gonna go do my own thing. Like, I don't want to take advantage. That's not okay. And that's the problem that I'm kind of feeling, is like, all I want to do is not get up. And in the mornings, it's very hard for me to get up right now. Like, I don't get out of bed until it's too late. And then I'm like, well, now you can't get ready today because you are too late. When, like, getting ready is one of the most important things to me. Like, I do makeup every day. You've seen me. I do makeup every day. I'm going to do Fenty Beauty Cream Bronzer and Butta Biscuit, which is another thing I have to repurchase when I go to Sephora because we're running out. I'd say this is probably my favorite cream bronzer past the Milk Makeup one at the moment, just because the ease of application is like so nice. The color is also really nice on me, which is nice. Everything's nice. Nice. But yeah, so getting out of bed is hard. And I'm not getting ready. I'm not doing makeup every day. I'm just like letting myself be lazy. Not typical of me when it comes to getting ready. And the other thing that I've noticed that is very different from me is I'm one of those people that showers because I hate to not shower. Like, I would shower every day if I could, but I've been made to feel bad about doing that, so I do like every other day. But I've gone 3 full days without showering. And for me, that's a really big change. That's like like I would shower almost every day, and then every other day, if I could like force myself to do every other day, I would do my hair every day. I would get ready. Like, I did my hair for the first time in that Makeup Monday to go to that bridal shower, and that was the first time in 2 months that I've done my hair. Like I'm saying, like, that's just not typical for me. That's not what I do. And that's how I've noticed that I'm definitely in a much deeper depressive episode than I have in the past in my depressive episodes. Which is to be expected given my current like life situation right now, but it's also exhausting for me to do anything. Like, everything exhausts me. Like, hanging out with friends, exhausting. Talking to my friends, exhausting. Having to sit downstairs and eat dinner with like the whole family and like make sure Lena's being good, and like, I don't know, it's not that I want to like hole up here and cry, but it's like my energy, it like takes all of my energy to function during the day. And that's kind of what high functioning depression is. Like, to get up and bring your daughter to school and to get her ready and to get yourself ready, like, it is exerting every ounce of energy you have to do that. And you've got none left. Like, the simple things that would bring you joy or happiness in life just don't. It's just exhausting. Hanging out with my friends, which should be amazing and make me feel great, is exhausting. And after doing it, I go to sleep. I hole up in my room. I do, and that's what happened Saturday too, or not Saturday, last Sunday, when we had a bunch of people here. It was like making me feel awful seeing all my friends with their partners and me not having mine anymore. When the last time I saw them all, I had my partner. And I don't anymore, so it was like extra hard because it was hard for me to kind of maneuver that, because it's like, oh, I'm alone. Then it was like, oh my god, there's so many people here that I have to like entertain, and I have to watch my dog because he like is a psychopath around kids because he's a puppy, you know, he doesn't do a great job. And it was just like so much that the second I shut the door to my daughter's room, I came in here and I just bawled for like hours. And I went to bed and I had just like full-blown meltdowns, and it was just like, oh my god, I can't do anything else. This is it. This is my whole night. This exact moment is all I have in me. Like, I put her to bed and my brain and my body was just off. It was like, this, you're done. Go cry. And that's what I did. So yeah, we're doing great. If you can tell. So mentally it's just hard for me right now. I feel like I'm in limbo. I'm like trying to figure out what I'm going to do with my life, where I'm going to go, what my plan is, like trying to maneuver being alone again and how that's going to work, and like dealing with finances, dealing with like the dog, and what location, what place, what school, because like she has to go to school next year. Okay, so we're pausing talking about me, and we're going to talk about this Rare Beauty liquid blush in Joy, which I am so excited to try. So this is it. Let's take a gander at this packaging. I can cover my face, it'll focus. There we go. Okay, so now let's open her up. You can see it is a doe foot applicator. I am going to, I think I'm going to put it on my hand because I know it's pigmented based off all the reviews. I don't have a sponge, which I think I would prefer to put this on with a sponge, but I'm going to use my e.l.f. stipple brush, small stipple brush, and put this on with a brush instead. And I'm just going to be very careful. I'm going to work it into the brush a little bit, kind of force it in, and start here. This is the glowy formula. So Rare Beauty has a matte and a glowy, and this is considered the glowy blush, or is it dewy? I don't know. Not the matte one, that's for sure. Okay, so that's a decent amount of product, and that's how much I still have. So it's not nothing. I'm just gonna tap, just because I want to kind of blend it in a little bit better here. All right, so this is how much I still have on my hand, and like this is how pigmented it is. And that was just touching it to my hand like once, which is crazy. So that's nice. I think I'm gonna put just like a little bit more right there, just to like accent our temples a little bit, make us lift our face up. We want to be lifted and gorgeous. Great. I'm just gonna tap this out. Then I'm gonna take my concealer brush and just go down the center here to just brighten it back up, blend it in a little better, to the sides of my nose too. My nose is already kind of pink, so just adding that blush just kind of like made it look like I did it on purpose, when in reality it's just because my face is red. What am I gonna do in our eyes today? I grabbed my Mellow Cosmetics Rose Gold Glitter. We'll see how crazy we're feeling. Maybe we use Mellow Cosmetics. You know what? No, we're gonna use the I Love You Cherry Match palette. I would use these Friends collection, but I want to save those for a specific video, so I'm not going to use them yet. And I know that doesn't seem fair to the poor friends, but I want a specific video on them. I want to do a fun color explanation of how to use colorful palettes and all that. So I'm going to save them against my better judgment. But so Violet Voss, I Love You Cherry Much. I think I'm going to start with blushing, which is the shade right here. It's a little darker. So this was kind of bold of me to start with this shade, but I'm going to add it to the outer corner and then blend it into our crease per usual. Great. Now I'm going to take my fluffy blender with no product on it and just blend extra because I feel like it'll help since that shade was a little bit darker than I typically do for a transition. And then just because I want to make like this area seem kind of more contoured, I'm going to take another blending brush. Now I'm going to take All About You, which is this shade. It's just like a nice light brown. Tapping off a lot, and I'm going to put it like right in here. Just kind of accentuate that like bronzed bridge of my nose here. And then also help blend out up top. Okay, and then I'm going to take Go Wild, which is right here, on a more detailed brush. By detailed, I mean one of these. So it's like the paddle type that I've talked about. So it's flat this way and thin this way. And that's better for detailed work. This is Go Wild. Put that on the outer corner just to deepen a hair. It's not like super dramatic. It's just a small amount. Now I'm gonna take this Mellow Cosmetics Glitter Chrome eyeshadow in Rose Gold. You can see, I'll show you up close. See that? So you just kind of like, so you rub your finger in there. Putting a glitter primer down would like make it extra, but I don't need it to be crazy. So then I just kind of rub it right on top. Boop, boop, boop. This is a really dramatic makeup look for going to get a COVID vaccine. I added a little bit more blushing to this brush and I'm just blending it between the two, the matte and the shimmer. And then I'm also going to take that brush that had the brown on it and just kind of help the blend here. Nice and glittery. Okay, so now I'm going to take a small brush, this itty bitty little thing, and I'm going to go into Affection, which is right here. And I'm going to put that on my inner corner to brighten it up, and then we're going to do our lower lash line and be done. So Affection on the inner corner, bringing it up a little bit, and just brightening everything up. Okay, now lower lash line, we're going to go super fast. We're going to add blushing to the outside. All About You, I'm going to bring kind of more inner and then Go Wild. So I've got blushing on the outside. All About You, which is the light brown. I'm going to put it on the inside. Then I'm going to take Go Wild, same brush, and just gently, I'm squeezing all the brushes to kind of make it fit under my lash line better. Okay. Great. So that's the eyes. Now I'm just going to put ColourPop Honey Dude on the lower lash line, and I actually have a brand new L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise going to be on our lip mascara, on our lashes, whatever you want to call it. And then I'll come on with eyebrows too because I don't feel like filming that, and we'll try to figure out a lip. I'm back. I just want to tell you, the two products I've been using on my eyebrows are the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen in Ash Brown, and then obviously the Benefit, I rubbed off all the words on here, but the Gimme Brow Gel in shade 3. There's no words left, but this I got because of Gabrielle Alvarez, I believe her name is, on Instagram, who I'm obsessed with, and everything I buy is because of her right now. She's just my favorite. She does makeup every single day on there, but this is her like favorite brow pen. And I never knew how much I needed a brow pen in my life because like eyebrows don't match, okay? Don't look at them too hard, they don't match. But with the brow pen, I can kind of fake the hairs, especially in this one, to like raise it up a little bit and make it seem like it's a little bit more matchy-matchy. So like, and add a tail, because a lot of my hairs, like I have a lot of long hairs, but towards the end, they kind of like do their own thing and move around. So it's nice to have this because I can draw the tail and like random stray hairs don't make it look like my eyebrows just like falling off. Because no matter what I do, no brow gel keeps these long crazy hairs in place. But I'm gonna spray. First I'm gonna tap out my forehead because, so here we go. Wow, just feels so delightful. Oh, it's so nice. Just feels so good to spray your face. It like excites me to my core. I don't know why I'm like this. So the combo, I realized I have this Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb, and the Maybelline one that I love is literally a dupe for this. So I'm going to use 602 Completely Sepia from Makeup Forever, which, you know how I feel. Oh, this doesn't even need to be sharpened. It's crazy. So it's like the nudist color I have. The other ones are all a little bit darker than my lips. And then we're gonna use the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in Fussy, which is, it's beautiful, but the Maybelline one is essentially the same thing. So that's why I always use the Maybelline one. And I also prefer the scent and the taste, if you know what I mean, of the Maybelline lip glosses. But let's do this. Okay, this has like a sweet smell. So like Maybelline's is like a vanilla. This kind of smells watermelon-y, like watermelon Sour Patch, maybe? There are two people on YouTube who are like real good at smells, and they're like really good friends. So Raw Beauty Christy and Kathleen Lights are always like, this smells like X, and it's spot on every time. And they probably have an explanation for what that smells like. So maybe it's not the watermelon Sour Patch Kids, but like that's what I thought of when I smelled that. It's definitely fruity versus like cupcake sweet, like the Maybelline. Definitely doesn't taste good though. 10 out of 10 would not recommend. With lip gloss, I like to do that trick because it gets the excess off, and I know that that looks so silly, but here, I'll show you. See that? So that was like what was in that like inner rim of my lips, which eliminating that just like really helps out the way it feels in there. It doesn't feel like you have too much. You're not really tasting it as bad. But that is the whole look. So I'm glad I remembered that this existed in my collection because I think it looks stunning on my lips right now. This is beautiful. Big fan. I feel like when it comes to like nude peachy colors, which are like my preferred color, they have two colors total. It's this or a matte version that's lighter. So it's like I feel like I wish they had like a few more that I would like, because then I would probably buy them, but I don't need to buy more makeup, so that's not going to be me. But yeah, so this Rare Beauty liquid blush is amazing, but everyone was right when they said that it's very pigmented, so you don't need a lot. Like, do not go crazy. It's not necessary. Don't do it. Because you saw how much was left on my hand, and like I still had a lot that I had to like tap out, and like I look blushy right now, like more blush than bronzer, which I'm fine with because that's what I'm okay with. But which is weird because for a while there I wasn't even using blush. I only use bronzer, which like if I had to pick one, I'm using bronzer. But anyways, move on. I love you cherry much. I think this palette's really cute. I did use like all the neutrally shades in this region. 1, 2, 3, and 4 right here. Or 1, 2, 3, and 4 is the what like pattern I use them in, but irregardless. Mellow Cosmetics, I do enjoy this. Out of all the glitter toppers that I've ever used, it's not my favorite. I feel like it's a little bit harder to, maybe if I use like a wet brush it might be better, or a glitter primer, but I feel like depositing from the pot to onto my finger and onto my lid, like the transfer doesn't really happen that well. It's gorgeous, but I feel like it could be easier. Like the L'Oreal Infallible shadows that are like similar are softer. Like this is very like packed in there, so when you go to like rub it on there, I feel like getting the amount you want is a little bit harder. but you also don't get fallout. So like, I feel like it's a toss up, you know? It might just be like a preference of texture and ease of application, but you did see that I need to do like a couple layers to get the way I wanted, but it's still stunning. I use this a lot because I think it's really nice. And other than that, you know my thoughts on everything else. I mean, standard concealers, standard primers, Glow by Auric, amazing. My standard bronzer. Like, I wish I didn't get into a rut of like, not a rut, obviously, but like a habit of buying expensive makeup, because now it's like holy grail products that I adore are all high-end Sephora products. And like, if I never got here and I only ever bought stuff from the drugstore, then I wouldn't know what this was like. Actually, I don't, other than this, I didn't use anything drugstore, well, and NYX, like anything drugstore at all. So I'm just gonna put my watch on real quick and I'm gonna go. So if you're not, like I mentioned before, subscribed, not before, follow me on Instagram, do it. I post more there and it's more chill and it's more like get ready with me style, kind of like this is, but this is much longer. So if you like 15-minute videos, head on over there. I also post pictures, like close-ups, and I also post polls and more interactive things to let you decide what I do half the time, which like for you should be fun. And then follow me on TikTok. I haven't posted anything new, but like my weird winged eyeliner thing is weird. It was cute. I did a good job on video putting winged eyeliner on super fast, but that's like getting some more likes all of a sudden. So I feel like maybe it's popping back up on the old For You page for some people. I don't know. Anyways, maybe I'll start posting there again. It's just so hard to film that much all the time. And then if you're not subscribed to me here, please do. It's delightful. I love seeing new subscribers. Like, I have such a small amount that like every subscriber is like, oh, another one. Oh, another one. Oh, another one. Like, I think I've gained 2 in the last month maybe. And I literally, every time I look at it, I'm like, oh my God, I surpassed 80. Now I'm at 82. Oh my God, like this is amazing. So if you are not subscribed, make my day, make it 83. I don't know. I'm telling you what to do. Hope you're okay with it. Also, like and comment on this video if you enjoyed it. It makes people want to watch it more. If there's likes and comments, YouTube is like, oh, cool. And they boost them up there. So if you wouldn't mind doing that, that'd be pretty cool. And I gotta go get vaccinated and have margaritas and Mexican food. So I gotta go. Okay? You know the drill. Up close and personal. We're not focusing though. There we go. Yeah, you know how this is. So like, if you get to this point, we always do this where we post like a thing, a emoji or something. I want you to post, you know, I talked about showering. Why don't you post the little shower emoji? Isn't there like a shower head? If not, do like a water droplet. Those are your options, okay? Love you all so much. Okay, bye.